All right, I mentioned going to break that Newt Gingrich had already made calls to the president to put an immediate halt to this NLRB case against Boeing. Well, now the president's head of his Council on Jobs and Competitiveness, GE CEO Jeff Immelt, also joining the cause. He says he is way in support of the Boeing team on this when he said this today in South Carolina. Republican Congressman Darrell Issa joins us right now. Congressman Issa, you're having a problem getting documents from the NLRB in this case. What reason is the NLRB giving you for not handing over all the documents that you're requesting?
Well, technically, they like to talk about deliberative process and sort of their ongoing investigation and a trial. The truth is, they've made a decision that is not based on any past precedent and that could very, very likely cost thousands of American jobs just at Boeing. And then far beyond that, as you saw with GE's president and so on, it could have a ripple effect to really destroy what is already a bad economy. Job creation depends on the ability to put jobs where your customer wants it. And this ruling, if allowed to stand, absolutely could destroy jobs, particularly those that could be considered to be invested in America from outside the U.S.
Well, Congressman, you're looking for documents specifically from the NLRB Acting General Counsel, Leif Solomon. You're looking for him to turn over documents in conversations, whether it's phone conversations, emails, between the NLRB and the union that is acting on behalf of the employees, correct?
Yes. Correct. In this case, he said before testimony in South Carolina, this was a close call. He was tormented. And more importantly, he said he tried to settle it outside the process. What he tried to do, quite candidly, is he tried to force Boeing into doing something that was not in their best interest. The 3 Boeing 787s a month that are going to be produced in South Carolina are 3 that are going to be sold overseas to companies who very much insisted on having guaranteed delivery. These are sales that won't happen if the NLRB has its way.
Are they hiding something? What do you think you might find in these documents?
Well, very clearly, we have some questions about a too cozy relationship in the case of Boeing, too cozy relationship in the case of Delta, with the unions who want a different outcome than that which is in their existing contracts. Understand, Boeing has done nothing wrong whatsoever in its contract. It's done nothing wrong based on past law. They decided to expand new jobs in a new location, a location that, by the way, was union, voted out the union in their own best interest. But quite frankly, this goes at the heart of whether or not contract law will be interfered with by this administration and the NLRB. And we have a right and an obligation to know whether or not their activities were really about pleasing the union rather than doing their duty as regulators.
What type of authority does the NLRB have in and of itself? In other words, what can Congress do to reverse the decision? What can Congress do to step in and put a halt to the proceedings? Because as we were saying coming to you, whether it's Newt Gingrich, whether it's GE CEO Jeff Immelt, the calls are getting louder to put a stop to this.
Well, mostly ours is, if you will, the right to shame, the ability to expose. This administration would likely veto anything Congress would pass. It would be difficult to cut off funding to this agency without perhaps cutting off some of the good work they're doing. Yeah. But it's very, very clear that they're exceeding their authority. They're being very active beyond what they need to be. We are trying to question why and on what basis they're doing it. But more importantly, at AmericanJobCreators.com, we've been getting endless complaints about things that are preventing jobs in this economy being created. And these are, the Delta situation is one, but certainly Boeing is first among them. These are thousands of jobs that are being created that won't be created if government continues stretching its authority to the detriment of job creation.
An entire segment without even bringing up the debt ceiling. Oh, I just did it. I just screwed that one up. Thank you for joining us, Congressman.
Thank you.
All right, Congressman Issa.